Welcome to Watch Mike Hike. I am Mike, and today I'm here to bring you a new stove from MSR for spring of 2017, the PocketRocket 2. If you've looked at stoves in the last 10 to 15 years or so, I'm sure you've come across the PocketRocket. It's been one of the best-selling stoves on the market. It weighed in at roughly 3 ounces. It was relatively inexpensive and just easy to use, and was a go-to stove for tons of people. Then a couple years ago, they came out with the Micro Rocket, which had legs that folded up a little bit smaller, and instead of folding up to this, tall, the Micro Rocket was a little bit smaller. And so with the PocketRocket 2, it's kind of like those two morphed or had a baby or something, and so here it is. So with you've got the little flip-out handle here for your flame adjustment. Before I fold it out, you can look on top. You've got this little Y-shaped thing here. It acts as a little bit of a windbreak, so if the wind's hitting it from one side, it can start to blow out the flame, and so what it does is it blocks the other side, so the whole flame doesn't go out. Then with your legs, I'll actually rotate. Let's see if I can. I'm going to rotate up, at an angle, and then out. So I think that the PocketRocket 2 here has a wider base here to support a little bit larger pot than what the PocketRocket did. And the burner head in here pretty much all still looks the same. This does weigh in, they say at 2.6 ounces, my scale put it at 2.5 ounces, and the box that it comes with weighs in at 1 ounce. I'll show you that at the end of the video because I didn't bring it with me out here in the woods. So it's supposed to put out 8,200 BTUs, and it's supposed to boil 1 liter of water in 3.5 minutes. And in my findings at home, it burnt 3/8 of an ounce of fuel to boil 2 cups of water. I usually boil 2 cups as I'm, cooking dehydrated meals and stuff. I don't usually boil 1 liter, which is what they mark their times as. It does retail for $45, and let's throw it on here and see how long it takes to boil these 2 cups of water. It does not have an auto igniter of any sort, so you will need a quick start, or like I always like to use, just a simple little Bic. I have 2 cups of water in here. And, it does have great flame adjustment. You can really simmer it down to just a really, really small flame, enough to where you can almost just hold your hand over it, so it does have great flame control. And as you could probably hear, it definitely kicks up into high heat. So, let's see how long this takes. Oh, just for reference, the water that's in here is 50 degrees as I got it from the creek, and it's 63 degrees out here, if you care. So let's speed this along and see how long it takes. And there you have the rolling boil. I'm at 3 minutes and 30 seconds, which is the same thing that they say that they boil 1 liter at, that I'm boiling 2 liters. So I'm sure one of the big differences is that I'm using a 1 liter titanium pot. It's got a fairly small base to it. If you get a pot with a larger base, it basically gives you a larger heating surface, so it does boil faster. So that is a quick look at the PocketRocket 2 from MSR, new for spring of 2017. Quick, easy, inexpensive, light, kind of a stove for everybody, from the ultralight people, minus the people that actually want to use like an alcohol stove, but people that want to lighten their pack without lightening their wallet, and everybody in between. Boy Scouts, be a great stove. So, well, thank you for MSR for making another great product, and thank you for tuning in to Watch Mike Hike, and I'll see you on the trail. Happy trails. Bye. So here's the carrying case that I mentioned before, but before I get to that, I did boil 1 liter of water in a larger pot, obviously here at home. It took me 4 minutes instead of the published 3.5 minutes to boil the 1 liter of water. Brought it up to a hard rolling boil there. And so with the carrying case here, this thing off here. So with this, just unscrew it. And then I noticed after I watched the video once I got home that I made these legs look really hard to get out.
but they're really not. I think it was just the angle I was trying to show you how to get them undone, but they fold down nice and easy. And then you just pop the case and it just sits right in there. The case does drop into, like the titanium kettle that I had, it will fit in there that way. I think the lid's a little bit tight, fits into the titanium cup from MSR. For me, it's a little bit kind of bigger and bulkier and awkward than I think it probably needs to be, but the stove is a little bit of an awkward shape to build a hard case for, but it fits in there nice and easy. Jiggles around a little bit, but I just wrap it in a little piece of a pack towel and stick it inside of my pot to keep it from rattling around. And it saves me the ounce that this thing weighs. So, but there you have it. That's the MSR PocketRocket 2, new for spring of 2017. And like I said, thank you for watching Watch Mike Hike, and please subscribe, and I'll see you on the trail. Thanks. Bye.